So first order of the day, nothing crazy. Since I think we was up since 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and the orders has been pretty bad, and I've been getting orders from Nassau, which is 50 minutes away, sometimes an hour depending on where the store is at. So it hasn't been a real good day. Start as it is now. What is 11:45? Been waiting. We waited for the BJ's and the Aldi's to drop at 9 o'clock. Only the Aldi dropped, and they were terrible. Low pay, long distances, and when I'm talking low pay, I mean under $30, under $20 a lot of times. So hasn't been a good start of the day today. It's been a real up and down week. I haven't been working. I haven't been driving. She hasn't been working. She hasn't been doing much. My fault, because I had these things that I need to take care of, but nothing too crazy. But she was able to get an order, and we headed out and did this one. We're gonna see if we can do smaller orders today to reach that $150 goal. If not, then we're gonna try again for tomorrow, and then probably back at it on Monday. But let's see what this entails. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Forgive me if you guys hear the AC. It is 88 today. Normally I try not to cut on the AC. I'm real cheap when it comes to like burning gas, but it is 88 and hot. Barely any clouds out, not barely, but not enough clouds out to make it bearable. Normally I can just cut down the, roll down the windows and get that, air coming in, but it's so hot. None of that matters. So right now I'm just, I have on the AC, so forgive me if you hear that. But not too bad to drop off. It was one customer, so I think this order's only like $30, and only had to refund, what was it? One thing. Only had to refund one thing. And so yeah, on to the next one. Hopefully there is another one. Looking like a real slow day today. So we're gonna see, what's going on, and try to reach this goal of 100 today. So we'll see. So we only got one for the day. As expected, it wasn't a good day. Not that stuff wasn't available. Again, it's just very difficult to swipe and get. So as things start to go back to normal, I think certain things are going to pick up, certain trends are going to start to take off, such as, again, as I said, I believe in my last video, they're going to start the monthly and yearly subscription to their service. Again, so with that, you're going to start seeing orders with a lot of sodas, juice, waters, such as. So again, you guys have to be aware of that. That's going to happen, especially like I said, I believe yesterday was the first day of summer out here in the States, and wherever you decide to watch this around the world if it gets there. But I know out here, yesterday was the first day of I think either yesterday or the day before was the first day of like official summer. So it's super hot. So I know companies is definitely going to start ordering waters, juices, and stuff like that, just if they're doing events or whatever. And also because it's cheaper to have that one subscription fee of $100 to get unlimited deliveries all year. It's cheaper for them to do that. So as you can see, as I said last week and this week, I'm giving you guys an example. Well, two examples. From what I'm being told, the shopping experience between shoppers has been getting a little more difficult. Again, out here in New York, as things are opening up, they're not delegating the line. So when you go to line up, they're just telling you to pick a open register. They are still limiting the amount of people coming in and out of the store, but they're not delegating who goes to what line. So everybody just, jumbles up in the middle, and it becomes this cluster of people trying to check out. But not only that, it's becoming hard. I won't say harder, but I guess for her it's becoming a little more difficult to check out with the deli orders. People are getting hit to what some Instacart shoppers are doing, such as if they know that they need a pound, you can go, because most stuff is pre-cut from the basic of the deli stuff. Most stuff is pre-cut, so normally if, you can just sub for pre-cut whatever, and then it's just easier, so you don't have to wait online for a half hour, 45 minutes sometimes, because there may be one or two deli workers back there. But it seems that now what's going on is that what they're doing is they're doing half pounds. So now you have to get that cut, because normally they don't do half pounds or 3/4 of a pound. They usually do full pounds. So it becomes more. So from seeing some of the forums and the Facebook group chats, it seems that they have been grouping more and more batches together. So normally that wouldn't be a problem, because I know in 2018 everything was broken down or itemized, so we would be able to see. It would say, I think it was either say batch breakdown or pay breakdown or whatever it was. So we'll see customer A. I think it was like 1125, and then customer B 1125, and then under that it would say customer A. It would say customer A items times 0.40, customer B items times 0.40. Then it would say tip mileage, like it would give you this very detailed breakdown. But they no longer do that, and now with pairs like this. So again, it seems like that transparency is no longer there. And more shoppers are becoming aware of how that's really just affecting their pay, but affecting their morale as it is. So unfortunately, that's where we're currently at. But yeah, again, even some shoppers that I spoke to, they don't know how old, how the old pay worked or how the old pay was broken down. So it's just difficult to see the lack of transparency that's occurred now. But unfortunately, that's the way it is right now. And if you just have to understand how some of these orders are being broken down. So again, when you do some of these double and triple orders, it seems either that they're only paying the service, I guess, a service fee or whatever the minimum batch payment is for one, or because it never comes out to be a minimum of $21. 21. I think it's either $21 or to $30 minimum, because I think in New York it's between 7 and 10 is the minimum. It never seems like that's the minimum for some of these triple batches, because some of these triple batches, they be under $30. And how can it be under $30 if you have a collective minimum of 7 per person or 10 per person? And then you include whatever the gratuity is from each customer. So it seems they're not being very transparent, or they're just not giving you guys the money for each individual customer that's ordering, that they're grouping together. So I know that's becoming more and more of a problem with some of these batches. But again, that's for you guys to know, and for you guys to take that information and do what you will with it. But just know that as it seems, because of lack of transparency, it doesn't seem like Instacart is paying you guys to the full amount of money that they charging these customers for these double and triple batches. So on this next video that I'm about to show is just me venting my frustrations on, again, how Instacart knows that there is there's a gratuity baiting issue, and people will pull the gratuity for a multitude of reasons. But the fact that, again, as I said, you giving the customers too long. And they know, like, I tell people this all the time: stop acting like customers don't know what's going on. They know exactly what's going on. They know exactly how to get over on people. And for me, people give them too little credit to know what they're doing. So again, in this video, I'm gonna show it shows that the customer, when she first completed the batch was fine. And then I think the batch it dropped a little bit. And then when I went back to look at it to make screenshots for the video, it dropped. It dropped the full $10. And it's like, people ask me why I encourage people to take larger batches instead of the smaller batches. That's one of the reasons why. Because you can work so hard, and then a third of your pay is gone for no reason. It's just gone, and no explanation, no nothing. And again, it's because they give them a full day. Again, they did change it. They did cut it by 66%. It was 3 days. They changed it to 1 day. But again, that's still too much time, because the customers are going to wait, and they are going to take their money back. It's human nature. They are going to have you work, provide great customer service, and take their money back. And that is because we can't fight it. At least if somebody says that, hey, something is missing, you can put in a dispute. You can't put in a dispute to see why the tip is being removed. Pause. You can't file a claim or put in a submission to see why that they did that. Again, she only I think she only refunded one thing. She refunded one thing, and that's grounds for a third of her money to be taken from her. That's grounds for that, for one thing to be missing, something that they know, such as hand sanitizing wipes. They know that that's not going to be in store, and then you lose a third of your pay. It's like, that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. So here's the video. So how is it that she lost $10 on the tip, on the gratuity? This doesn't make any sense, because when I checked this earlier today, she only lost, I think it was like $4, if I'm not mistaken. It was like $4, because the order was still $30 something. I think it was like $33 when I checked it before. But how is it that she lost $10, $9.50 or whatever it is, $9.70? How is it that she lost $10, bro? Like, this is the thing that is frustrating, because they're still able to change it. Because when I checked the first time, the only thing that was refunded, that she refunded, was the wipes. Like, that's the only thing that's refunded. Everything else, the lady, she spoke to the lady. I seen the conversation. She spoke to the lady, and she got replacements. And then she still loses $10 on this. So it's like, it makes it very, very difficult. Sorry about that. It makes it very, very difficult to do orders this low. And it's like, it's like, you try to go with the flow. You try to go, and you try to go, and you do the smaller orders, the $30 orders. But this, it's like, this is what pisses me off. It's like, they went in there and changed it. Either that, or Instacart took back whatever the amount of money was, because I know that she lost a couple of dollars on just the one replacement. But to lose $10, man, to lose $10 off of one refund, or maybe the lady went in there and she changed the gratuity. But even whatever the case may be, it's a slap in the face, and it doesn't promote good customer service. It doesn't make you want to go out there and do this, for people. And like, this is the only company that allows people to manipulate the gratuity. And it's frustrating. And this is why I choose to do other apps mostly. But it's a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face. It's like, why work hard? Why put in the time? Why put in the effort when you're gonna get screwed, dude? Like, you're gonna get screwed. Like, you're going to get screwed. And no, this is not a complete tip bait, or this is not a complete, a zeroing out, but it's almost the same. I don't know, man. It becomes more and more frustrating. And luckily, like, I don't do it as much. Like, I'm deactivated, but I don't see it as much. But it's like, for her to go out there and work that hard, and then she's like, yo, look at this. It's like, it's a slap in the face, man. And we see, as more and more shoppers are becoming aware of what's going on, it's going to start providing bad service. And I don't understand why that there's no protection. Like, there's no protection. You can't fight back on certain things. It just becomes more and more frustrating. Again, for me, Roadie's been picking up, but it's not, because I can't get double and triple orders. It's not worth it for me to drive 30 minutes to a store, for $12, for $14. It's not worth it for me to do that. Now, if I can go to a store that's closer and I can pick up 2-3 orders and I can drop off one time, that's fine with me. But to go so far and pick up, a few things to drop it off at a far distance for $12 to $14 is not worth it. I think Grubhub has been picking up as of recently, but again, that's up and down. And then I have to commit time and driving to that. So I'm definitely gonna do that because of the way Instacart is set up. But we'll see what they do with my reactivation. I might have some news on that, but I don't want to speak too soon on it, because I really don't know what this company is. Very shady in how they approach certain things, especially when it comes to the legal aspect. It becomes a little shady. So we're gonna see. Hopefully, I have some more information from that on Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, we're gonna see, man. Not much news going on this week. Again, I haven't really worked. As much with her this week, just for the fact that it's been a slow week and there's other things that I need to take care of. But it's becoming more difficult to do certain things. And again, batches aren't dropping when it's supposed to, or store batches aren't dropping as they're supposed to. Again, 9 o'clock is when we know when BJ's and Aldi drops, and then 10 o'clock is Costco. So normally we know the pattern, the routine, but it seems like again, stuff dropping at different times, and it's kind of throwing us off. And it's difficult to plan for the unexpected all the time. I mean, some obstacles you can overcome and some you can't. But it's just all about adaptation. So again, with her, she's trying to adapt to how Instacart is starting to move, and I'm trying to adapt to see if, you know, Grubhub or DoorDash is picking up with some of their bonuses, if possible, because if not, for me in Long Island, it's not worth it. Same thing with Uber Eats. Uber Eats for me isn't worth it. Just too much, man. It's just too much. So much driving for a little bit of money. And then later on in the daytime, the lines are so long. Some of these places, you're being lined 45 minutes, man, 45 minutes to get, you know, to get some of these orders. So it becomes extremely difficult. But that's just the midweek recap. There's not going to be weekly recaps. I guess I'm gonna just start again on maybe on Monday. But again, it's difficult to get orders. There's a lot of shoppers in the area. But we're gonna see, man. We're trying to make the best of it and trying to multi-app. That's my biggest advice. Multi-app. I've tried some new things, such as I know Gig Life talks about I think it's point pickup. Point pickup is non-existent in Long Island at the moment. I think it's only really in Connecticut, if I'm not mistaken. So point pickup is not an option for me out here as of yet. And some other things as well. I remember the other one that it has a funny name, but I think I applied for it, and again, it's not out here in Long Island. I don't know what's going on with my dumpling account. There's no customers on it. Normally they're supposed to go find you customers, or there's supposed to be customers available. But again, it could be just my area. It may not be hip to my area. I might have to go to the city, unfortunately, but I definitely don't want to do that. Just too much traffic and that's a whole another set of obstacles. But that's it for this week, man. This midweek recap, nothing too crazy. I'm not, for some people who's been asking me, I'm not going to speak on the approval, whatever his name is, becoming a billionaire because of his donors. Like, I'm not going to speak on that, because that's just going to lead me down another route that this channel is not built around. So I'm not going to speak on nobody else's money. That's their business. But again, if you like the content, if you enjoy it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't enjoy it, or if you have any concerns or questions, let me know in the comments below. But until next time, guys, have a good one.